Okay, welcome back. This is Wayne Madsen with the Wayne Madsen Report. And the toll-free number, if you'd like to call into the program tonight, is 800-313-9443. That's 800-313-9443. Let's play this clip. This is a report on how protests against autocratic regimes backed by the Americans these are spreading. We have a report of from Jordan, Gaza, and then a report out of Turkey. If we can play this clip.
Celebrations for Mubarak's fall continue in Jordan. Here at the worker union's headquarters, the country's most politically motivated activists are calling this the most important Arab celebration in decades. This euphoric atmosphere stems from anti-Mubarak regime sentiments that have always been high here because half of the country's population is of Palestinian origin, and Mubarak's policies vis-a-vis the Gaza Strip are viewed as widely unpopular. People are also capitalizing on this opportunity to call on Jordanian leaders to deliver the political and democratic reforms they have promised. There is no doubt that the celebrations here, calling for an end to corruption and oppression by Arab countries, will be ringing hauntingly in the ears of Jordanian officials.
Turks, you'd have to say, quietly pleased for what the Egyptians have achieved, that they stood firm for the democratic rights and that the whole situation didn't turn violent. Turks didn't want to see any more chaos in this region after Iraq. We look at this morning's papers. The People's Victory, says this newspaper, and perhaps if we allow the Turks a little schadenfreude, they're confiscating his treasure, says this one. So, for the Turkish Voice, what they feel about this, I have Turkce with me here in Taksim Square. Turkce, what do you feel about what the Egyptians have achieved?
They have achieved a very good goal, and I think Mubarak made the right choice by going. And I hope that they choose a republic type, the Turkish type, the Turkish model for their government. And I hope all the groups have their voices in the new government.
Never one to miss a public relations opportunity, and as has called on its female members to rally in Gaza, as well as students. Now here people are hoping that eventually a new government in Egypt will end the siege on Gaza, will reopen the Rafah border crossing and take a much stronger position with Israel to push for a Palestinian state.
It's a happy day not only for Egyptians but for all Arabs when you see this unjust leader who participated for 4 years in besieging Gaza step down. He banned our children from travelling abroad to receive medical treatment. Women, children, the young, everyone is full of happiness for this Egyptian-Palestinian victory.
Okay, well, there you have it. The people at Gaza are, of course, ecstatic because Mubarak worked hand in glove with the Israelis to basically maintain the siege of that what's been termed the largest open-air ghetto in the world. And with Mubarak leaving, maybe there's some hope now for the people of Gaza. We're seeing, of course, these rebellions, these revolts spreading, even to Iraq, where the stooge Maliki, this government that was imposed on the people of Iraq by the United States and the Neocons, there's popular revolts in cities around Iraq. They're complaining about the lack of infrastructure, the lack of food and clean water, corruption, which, of course, is at an all-time high in Iraq. We're seeing this spread to Algeria and Yemen, where the leaders, the dictators of those countries are in power because the United States has given them large amounts of military aid because they and us say, oh, they've got a threat from Al-Qaeda, these mythical Al-Qaeda franchises, Al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula, Al-Qaeda in the Maghreb, I mean, what are we going to hear next? Al-Qaeda in Disney World? I mean, it's ridiculous. Al-Qaeda is a mythical construct set up by the U.S. intelligence community, by the neocons to basically bring about this clash of civilizations that the neocons just love that idea that there's going to be this showdown. Now things are not working according to their plans because the people of Egypt and Tunisia and other countries are now rallying against these oligarchs, against the international banks, just like the people in Greece have done, and in Italy, and in the UK, and in Ireland, and in Iceland, and elsewhere. It's showing that the Arabs get it as much as the Europeans, as much as the Latin Americans, and soon these dictators that the U.S. supports in Africa are going to go down one after another. Let's go to Irving. Irving, who's calling from Connecticut. Irving, are you on the line?
Yes, sir. I have to. You just got done saying that Al-Qaeda is a mythical construct?
Absolutely.
How ignorant can you possibly be?
It's not my. Wait a minute. Robin Cook, the late Foreign Secretary of the UK, stated that Al-Qaeda was nothing more than a CIA database of.
And who is this quack? Who is this quack that you're citing? Some jerk on some internet site?
No, Robin Cook, sir. Robin Cook was the Foreign Secretary of the United Kingdom.
When?
Under the Labour government, under Tony Blair. We'll come right back to Irving from Connecticut right after this break.